In my last video, I talked about electric cars and their history, how viable they are in the current day, their perks and downsides, and gave an example of a car that I would replace with an electric vehicle and one that I wouldn't. At the end of that video, I mentioned a type of car that could never be replaced. The enthusiast car. Unfortunately, enthusiast cars come at a huge cost compared to a modern daily driver, and I really don't see it taking long for electric vehicles to drown them out with better performance and lower costs. That is, all except for one car. One car that has been meticulously engineered to be one of the most enjoyable driving experiences at the lowest cost. My name's Kyle Stuff, and today we will be talking about the Mazda MX-5 Miata. The Mazda MX-5, codenamed the Miata in the US, has been a staple in the automotive industry since its first generation released in 1989. Mazda struck a gold mine by making an enthusiast vehicle that was affordable. For the first time in history, a car enthusiast could go out and buy a car that was both fun, reliable, and good on gas without having to break the bank. They've continued this trend all the way up to 2023, where the Miata is still being sold as the cutest and most affordable sports car on the market. I mean, seriously, look at this thing. It's gorgeous. I wasn't really a fan of the Miata until the most recent facelift in 2015, where the entire look of the car changed from ugly and outdated to one of the most beautiful cars on the market. I will say, like all car enthusiasts, the first generation Miata has a special place in my heart, with its cute little pop-up headlights and its unintimidating look. But the new aggressive look of the fourth generation Miata has me craving one more than any other car. Sure, I'm a Charger guy, but I can't afford the insurance or the fuel cost of driving one. So please, sign me up for a Miata. Which reminds me of the sponsor of today's video, me. If you're liking this video so far, please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel. It helps a lot with my motivation to keep making content, as well as gets me one step closer to actually monetizing my videos. Monetization means that I'll finally be able to make money from the content that I produce, which, given the size of my channel, won't be very much, but every little bit helps. Having just a little bit of money to show for the work that I put into these videos justifies it to myself that this is a worthwhile endeavor. Given that I am just now starting life as an adult, I'm looking into focusing on things that make me more money than things that I'm passionate about, which is an unfortunate change of events, but it's just what happens. I'm lucky that right now I work in a job that I enjoy and that pays a decent amount, but eventually I'm gonna need to start paying for everything on my own, and what I'm doing right now just isn't going to cover that. I've been working 30 hours a week and am currently in the process of moving, so every little bit helps. Anyways, you guys aren't here for me to beg for your eyeballs for any longer, so back to the video. I actually love this new generation of the Miata so much that I drove 2 hours just to go see one in person. And might I say, wow. I actually drove the RF Grand Touring model, so what I drove was much better than anything I will probably ever be able to afford. But, might I say, the experience was incredible. I was genuinely surprised with the little go-kart, because for those of you who don't know, I'm 6'2", and was actually in the area to test drive several different cars to find something that fit me better than my current vehicle. I was impressed by the Miata's ability to comfortably seat me despite being half the size of the car I drive on a daily basis that can't do the same. The way the steering wheel and pedals are set up allows for someone with long legs like me to sit and drive comfortably in a car that we have no right to be driving in the first place. I did end up driving an automatic, so I can't actually comment on the feeling of the gears in this car, but I will say the paddle shifters in the automatic were set up for a very enjoyable driving experience. And please don't hate me when I say this, but if I were to actually buy one, I would probably stick with the automatic because of my desire to make it my daily driver. I'm commonly in town because of where I work, and I very rarely get to just drive out in the nice country back roads anymore. I can't lie, I'm terrified of rolling back in the traffic of my area because people are less than courteous to provide enough room for if something like that were to happen. If I were a wealthy enough man to simply have a spare car, I would definitely choose a standard Miata, as that is exclusively what I pick in driving games like Forza, which is the game you've been watching B-roll footage from this entire video. Driving a standard would be insanely fun in my area because of the amount of curvy roads that roll across delicate hills with minimal traffic, but in my situation where I'm in town all the time and frequently venture out of state, I just can't make one my daily. But for those of you more confident in driving a standard and prefer doing so, the MX-5 Miata is the perfect choice for you if you just want to have a fun car that's easy on your wallet. As for me, I'll get one day. But for right now, I'm more than happy driving my little Subaru, which has saved my rear end more than once on days that roads have been completely blocked and I've had to take muddy detours, as well as just being a fun and reliable daily driver that doesn't compromise storage capacity like a Miata would. Not like I haul anything to care. So unless one of you wants to donate your 4th generation Miata to me, or just enough untraceable cash for me to buy my own, I suppose I'll just keep saving it for myself. And for those of you who are lucky enough to own a Miata of any generation, enjoy it, because this type of car won't be around for much longer. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me that the few of you that are still around after my long-term absences are still liking and supporting my videos. I don't upload frequently because I just started my life as an adult. But that allows me to stop feeling so guilty about not uploading anything on here, which then allows me to actually make sure that what I do upload is stuff that I think is actually good. Shout out to everyone who's still sticking around and supporting the channel. I appreciate you all more than you could ever imagine. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.